Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, and that's all I have to say. He's still a top 5 quarterback in this league, and there's nothing really anyone can do about it.
Everyone's looking for the young guy. They're looking for McVay. I think take a shot out Todd Bowles, get him a second shot at head coach, and see if he can do it.
I don't think they will. If they don't have Anthony Davis, I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
It's crazy. And our kids will know how great Tom Brady is because he's going to be playing.
Yes, it is 15.0%. I swear we didn't script that.
All I could think of was Dame.
6-0. There could not be a better name.
Speaking of young guys, how about the goalie, Ottinger?
He was a 6th-round pick. This is a fairy tale story that's being written in front of our eyes.
That's what the Yankees brought Garrett Cole to do.
They didn't struggle against the Padres. The Padres didn't really put up a fight in most of the games.
Jerry Jones, hope you're listening because this is why you shouldn't have given Zeke this contract. Just thought I'd point that out.
I feel like Luka will take that next step, and if he can get a 3-ball consistently around 35%, I feel like they could become a contender.
While with the Padres and Marlins, I think it's coming in the near future.
They're my pick to win the most rings in the 2020s.
I was shocked by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Montreal has one of the best goalies in the league with Carey Price.
People like to call them their JV team, and they just stole one of their better players.
Hi, I'm Landon Bowe, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NHL Opinions of the Week. Today, we are recording after watching Game 3 last night, or mostly watching Game 3 in my part. But we're going to just do a little check-in on the Stanley Cup. I was a little worried after Game 2, Austin, because of just how dominating Colorado looked from how that's just the way I saw it. Tampa did not do well the first part of the game, and then it kind of just snowballed. And then their power play did not look as good, and it still hasn't looked. It looked better in Game 3, but what are your thoughts so far?
Well, Braden Point was out again last night, and that definitely, I think, galvanized the team. They started to play better. Nick Paul was hurt for part of it. Nikita Kucherov left the ice at the end of the game with an injury, but I think Nick Paul and Kucherov will both be back for Game 4. Burakovsky for the Avalanche may be back, and same with Nazem Kadri. He's been out for a while. Both of those would be very beneficial to Colorado if they come back. But Tampa's been good at home these playoffs. They've won a good bit of their games there. And I definitely think they are good at galvanizing their troops when they're in Tampa, whether it's the fans or just sleeping in your own bed the night before, or whatever it is, the atmosphere. They just play better. And a lot of people got on the score sheet. Like you said, for their power play, Corey Perry scored, which was huge for them because he had a 9-game scoreless streak that just came to an end. Vasilevsky looks so much better than in Game 2. And Game 1 was really close. They went to OT. Tampa came back in that game and it ended up losing. But I definitely think that this will be a close series where I think the home team wins the majority of the games. But I still have Tampa winning the series.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Vasilevsky was also like another reason that I was so shocked. He just didn't seem like Vasilevsky, but Vasilevsky looked more like Vasilevsky in Game 3. And yeah, after Game 1, I was really excited. I was like, great, going to OT. Hopefully they're close games. And then halfway through the second period, I was like, do I need to be watching this? Because it was like 6-0. And then I think I watched till the end of the second period, and I was like, okay, they haven't scored. So I stopped watching. So I didn't know if you did the same thing or if you watched the whole game.
You talking about Game 2?
Yeah, Game 2.
Yeah, I eventually turned it off once it got to, I think, 6-0. That's when I turned it off because it was obviously not – they obviously were not going to come back, and it was clearly a case of the Avalanche just being the better team, and I didn't really expect that to be as shown because that was a crazy good game for the Avalanche. I don't think they're ever going to top that because no matter how good they play, you're not going to beat the defending champs 7-0 again. And Tampa became the third team ever to lose a game by 7 goals and ended up winning the game after that. I definitely think home ice had something to do with it.
Yeah, I do agree. I was very curious on how game 3 played out because Tampa was back, and for some reason the home, it's good just be home. So they played much better. And if I was also shocked because how close game 1 was, and just Tampa's won back has this is their third straight Stanley Cup appearance. You have to give them the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, okay, they can still come back even after that game 2 loss. But now I think it's going to be a closer series. I expect Tampa to even it, win their next game at home. Um, and then it'll be even, and then maybe a home team wins or someone can steal an away game. And I think the team I would believe to do that is Tampa Bay, just because of the playoff experience and just how well they're playing. And but the Avalanche have been playing well. Burakovsky was very good until he was injured, and then it was I can't remember the guy. I confuse him with Burakovsky. It was the guy that passed. Was it Nia or
Nichushkin?
Nichushkin? Nichushkin.
He's with the
Nichushkin had
Stars.
a lot of
Valerie
games.
Nichushkin, yeah.
Yeah, he played well. And then I don't think Makar has gotten a point yet.
No, he has. He scored 2 goals in
Okay.
game 2.
Oh, okay. Then I don't know. Maybe that was before game 2. So that's how I'm feeling. I think it will be a much closer series. I hope the games get closer. I hope 2 and 3 are outliers and 1 is not the outlier. But what do you think?
Yeah, and I did definitely think that once everyone comes back healthy, that the series will kind of slow down. But we see teams taking advantage of the other team's inconsistencies, and the playoffs are always a place where anything can happen in a game. So I definitely think that they have really shown that to this point in the season. And I wouldn't be necessarily surprised if there is another blowout going forward, but I also expect most of these games to be close.
Yeah, and I know you said it earlier. Kadri is probable, or Kadri might
He's
come
day to
back,
day
and
right now.
he's day to day. Okay, well, that's great. From we mentioned the report before the game. The report I read said it was like mostly impossible that he was going to come back at all, but that would be a huge boost for the Avalanche. As would Braden Point fully healthy, or he didn't look. I think John Cooper is saying there's just something still going on with Point, so that's why they kind of scratched him
Hmm.
from game 3.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see when both those players come back or Kadri um, comes back for the Avalanche. Any final thoughts?
Nope.
That's all we got. Thank you for listening to Outsiders Opinions.